She vanished without a trace. No broken windows, no signs of struggle, just an empty bag and silence. For nearly a decade, no one knew what happened to 7-year-old Isabelle "Izzy" Carter. But then, a forgotten toy, a child's recording device, tucked away in an attic, spoke after 9 long years. And what it revealed changed everything. Welcome to today's story, a chilling mystery, a mother's unrelenting love, and a clue that no one could have predicted. This is the haunting case of Isabelle Carter. It was June 1991. The Carter family lived in a quiet suburban neighborhood, the kind where everyone knew each other, where children played until the streetlights came on and doors were often left unlocked. It was the picture of safety. That evening, 7-year-old Isabelle, affectionately called Izzy, had spent the day playing with her dolls, singing along to her favorite songs, and begging her mom for just one more story before bedtime. Her mother tucked her in, smoothed her hair, kissed her forehead, and whispered, "Good night, my angel." The house grew quiet. A father downstairs watching late-night TV. A mother folding laundry. Siblings drifting off in their own rooms. Nothing unusual. Nothing suspicious. But by morning, everything had changed. Izzy's bed was empty. Her blanket lay rumpled. Her favorite stuffed bear sat propped against the pillow, as if she had left in a hurry. There were no broken locks, no open windows, no shattered glass. Just absence. Panic set in immediately. The mother called Izzy's name again and again, her voice rising from confusion to desperation. The father rushed from room to room, throwing open closets, checking the backyard, shouting into the still morning air. But Izzy was gone. Within hours, police were called. Officers swarmed the Carter home, searching for signs of forced entry. Neighbors gathered on the lawn, whispering in disbelief. The news spread like wildfire. A little girl had vanished, right from her own bed. The investigation began aggressively. Detectives combed through every inch of the house. They checked the doors, the windows, the basement. Strangely, nothing appeared disturbed. No fingerprints out of place. No footprints in the yard. No sign of a struggle. The theories came quickly. Had Izzy wandered out of the house on her own? Impossible, her mother insisted. Izzy was shy, easily frightened, and never went anywhere without her stuffed bear, which was still sitting on the bed. Was it a stranger abduction? Possible. But how would someone get in and out of the house without leaving a trace? Or, and this was the theory that fractured the family, could someone close to them have been involved? Police questioned relatives, neighbors, and even Izzy's father. But nothing stuck. Everyone's stories checked out. Days passed, then weeks. Flyers with Izzy's face appeared on street poles, in shop windows, on milk cartons. Candlelight vigils were held. The media descended on the small town. Yet still no answers. Every tip led nowhere. Every possible lead ended in disappointment. And as weeks turned into months, the case grew colder. For Izzy's mother, the days became a blur of grief and desperation. She refused to change her daughter's room. The bed remained made, the toys neatly arranged, as if waiting for Izzy to walk back in at any moment. Birthdays were the hardest. Each year, a cake with candles was prepared, but the chair at the table sat empty. Holidays brought little comfort. Family photos showed smiling faces, but the absence of Izzy hung heavy in the background. The Carters tried to move forward, but the uncertainty was unbearable. Unlike death, where there is closure, the disappearance left an open wound that never healed. Was Izzy alive somewhere? Was she suffering? Or was she gone forever? Her mother replayed the last night over and over in her head. Did she hear something unusual? Did she miss a sound, a shadow, a creak in the hallway? The guilt was suffocating. For 9 years, the Carter family lived in limbo, suspended between hope and despair. Then came the discovery that would change everything. It was a rainy afternoon. Izzy's mother was in the attic, sorting through old boxes, trying to declutter. Dust motes danced in the light as she shuffled through toys and clothes long packed away. And then she found it. A small, brightly colored recording toy. A simple plastic device that allowed children to record their voices and play them back. It had been one of Izzy's favorites. On a whim, Maybe out of nostalgia, maybe out of longing. Her mother pressed the play button. At first, static. Then, Izzy's sweet voice filled the room, giggling, singing a nursery rhyme. The sound of her daughter's laughter, frozen in time. Her mother smiled through tears until the recording shifted. The giggles stopped. Izzy's voice dropped to a whisper. "Mommy, I'm scared, there's someone in my room." Then, the faint sound of footsteps. A man's hushed voice. The jingle of keys. A muffled cry. And then, silence. The tape ended. Her mother froze. Her heart pounded. She played again. And again. This was it. After 9 years, this was the first real clue. The recording was rushed to the police. Forensic experts analyzed every sound. They slowed the tape, isolated background noises, enhanced the faintest details. Yes, the sound of a door creaking open. Yes, the voice of a man, though too faint to identify. Yes, the unmistakable clinking of keys, possibly a key ring carried by someone familiar with the house. This was no child's imagination. This was evidence. The case was reopened. Detectives who had long moved on were called back. The FBI was consulted. New technology allowed investigators to re-examine evidence in ways that weren't possible in 1991. The community was stunned. 9 years of silence, broken by the voice of a child on a toy. Theories resurfaced. Could the abductor have been a neighbor? Someone with easy access to the house? Or a stranger who had stalked the family for weeks, waiting for the perfect moment? The haunting question remained. Could Izzy still be alive? The discovery ignited a firestorm. News outlets across the country picked up the story. Headlines screamed, "Mother finds chilling recording of missing daughter." Talk shows debated the case. Some believed Izzy had been taken by someone close, maybe even someone who had attended the original searches. Others pointed to the muffled male voice. Was it a delivery man? A repair worker? Someone who knew the layout of the house? There were even whispers of organized crime, child trafficking rings, and cover-ups. But with all the noise, one fact remained clear. This tape was real. And it was the first true piece of evidence since Izzy's disappearance. For Izzy's mother, the discovery was bittersweet. It brought hope, but also pain. The sound of her daughter's frightened voice was unbearable. It was also proof. Proof that Izzy's story was not over. Proof that her mother's intuition, that her daughter had not simply vanished, was right all along. The Carter family channeled their grief into action. They became advocates for missing children, pushing for better investigative procedures, for advancements in technology, and for keeping cold cases alive. Izzy's case remained open. Her face stayed on missing persons lists, and the haunting recording ensured that no one would forget her. The disappearance of Isabelle Carter remains one of the most haunting mysteries of the 1990s. A little girl gone in the night, a family left in limbo, a case grown cold, and then a toy, a child's laughter, a whispered fear, and a mother's unrelenting hope. Sometimes, even the smallest clue can change everything. This is not just a story about loss. It's a story about resilience, about love that refuses to fade, about a mother who never stopped searching. And maybe one day, the final chapter will be written, and the world will finally know what happened to Isabelle Carter.